These Tuttio e-motos are incredibly popular right now. They're all over the place with kids riding to school, riding for fun, just having a great time out on two wheels. But I've seen a lot of videos, really poor maintenance suggestions. So I'm gonna put together some things here that you need to do on your Tuttio to make sure it doesn't get clapped out. You may recognize this Tuttio as the one I put a 130 rear tire on. This is a massive tire. It does clear the swing arm, but you gotta be sure that the chain tension is right. If the chain tension's too loose, it's gonna smack the tire and it's gonna potentially cause some damage. This chain is incredibly loose, and it's the reason why it's in the shop today. A couple days ago, the kid who owns this Tuttio texted me and said, "Hey, do you have some spare time? My chain keeps popping off. I think it's too loose." Bro, you weren't kidding. It is incredibly loose. Let's fix that for you. When I went to pick it up, he said, "There's something wrong with the foot peg. Don't worry about that. You don't have to fix that." I can't send this away looking like this. This dude sheared the foot peg mount so the foot peg rotates around. But I can't believe how tiny that little bolt is that holds this foot peg on. Like, come on, that's pretty bad. I don't like seeing that on a bike. And when I was pulling it out of the van, I felt the pop and I'm like, what is that? And I realized the steering stem nut is loose. So it's causing too much play inside of the main frame here. We gotta tighten that up for him too. If you like e-bike content, if you like dirt bike content, subscribe to the channel. I've got all kinds of content that can help you ride more. First and foremost, if you ever see this bolt not touching this adjuster plate, that is a bad sign. That means your axle has moved and the axle wasn't tight enough. With the size 17 socket, break the nut loose a little bit. You may need to use one on both sides to hold the axle in place. Now we don't need to take this off, we just need it loose enough that we can move the axle forwards and backwards. These vertical lines on the swing arm are an alignment feature. There's some on both sides to tell you how far back the axle is to make sure it's straight. With the size 13 wrench, we're going to turn this counterclockwise. Some people call that down on this side, but we're essentially taking the bolt and moving it backwards. Once you get it loose enough, you could probably just use your fingers to spin it out. As this bolt touches the plate, it will push the axle back, which will tighten the chain. But we do want to do this evenly on both sides so that the axle stays straight and doesn't get twisted. On the other side, you go the opposite direction. It's still counterclockwise because you're pulling the bolt out from the swing arm. Remember, lefty loosey, righty tighty. You can see on this side, we're at the 5th line on the swing arm. Let's go check the other side. We're only 4 lines out on this one. We got to bring this one out more, and that should help tighten up that slack quite a bit. But wait, why is the wheel missing? I found something. When I was trying to pull the axle back, I found something bad. The axle spacer on the left-hand side of the bike wore into the swing arm, so there's now a groove here. That prevents this from going forwards and backwards because this just kind of locks in place right there. So I need to sand this down so that it can be free to move again. And I'm gonna add a washer that is bigger than the hole so it doesn't do that again. I ground down the high spot a little bit so that it should slide a little bit better, and I'm really hoping adding this spacer will help and that it's not too thick to cause an issue. Oh, before you put the axle in, if you ever take this axle out, you need to re-grease it so that it's not dry going back in. You can see where it got wet and then just started to rust a little bit. Rust is bad. Dry is bad. It creates friction and that creates damage. I did have to do it off camera because I had to be on both sides of the wheel at the same time and it made it hard to film, but I did get this additional spacer in between the swing arm and the wheel spacer. I adjusted the bolts, so we are at just before the 5th line on both sides, and this is what's most important. When you're looking at the back of the bike, let's see if I can get a good angle at it. Is the chain straight with the rear sprocket and the front sprocket? You can see the front sprocket up here creates a straight line back. We've also adjusted the tension of the chain so there isn't too much slack. We want it to be about a 1/2 inch of deflection here. What we want to see is about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch of deflection, the top of the swing arm right there. That's perfect. That's right where we want to be. Before we tighten the axle back down, I want to stick a rag or a cloth in between the chain and the sprocket and pull it backwards to create as much tension as I can to keep the axle pushed against these blocks here. Now I can tighten down the adjuster lock nut using that 13mm wrench on both sides, and I can put the nut back on the axle. This doesn't need to be gorilla tight, so don't be using a massive wrench or an impact driver to do this. Before we call it a day on the chain, we want to make sure we clean this and lubricate it again. What I'm going to do is use chain cleaner and a chain brush. I did put a piece of cardboard down underneath. You want to make sure that you can lift the bike up off the ground so you can spin the rear wheel. That makes it so much easier. Spray on the chain clean. Once you get it nice and wet, then you can take the brush. The brush itself has teeth on all sides, so you can go over it back and forth. Just scrub it better than you do your teeth. Take a rag or a shop towel and wipe down all the excess. You want to get all that dirt off, all that road grime. Really, you want to do this anytime the chain gets wet. As I mentioned before, dirt creates friction. Friction creates heat. Heat creates destruction. Now we can lubricate it. Same thing. Spray on as you spin the chain. You don't want this dripping wet. I usually just do 2 passes and call it a day. Wait a bit before you ride it, because if that stuff flings off, it gets very, very sticky and creates a mess. So do this when you're about to store the bike, lubricate it, set it up, you're good to go. Now let's try to fix that wonky foot peg. I pulled out the cotter pin, and I'm going to push out the pivot pin. Be careful of the spring will pop out. Now I got to remove the mounting bracket. Hopefully I can get that piece out that broke off. Gonna have to use an extractor kit. Victory! Now we can put the foot peg back on. When you go to put the peg on, the big end of the spring goes over the foot peg, loop the spring around the lower part, and the little piece goes around the frame of the mount. Drop the pin back through, and you should be good to go. After you put the cotter pin in, obviously. We can put the cotter pin back in, and now the foot peg is all done. Sometimes it's easier just to put in a new cotter pin. There you go. Foot peg back and solid mounted. There's a nut right here that holds the front end together onto the frame, and if that nut gets loose, you get a little bit of slop right here. I'm going to remove the rubber cap that's on the nut, slide it up and out of the way, use an adjustable wrench. Because you've got the wires there, you can't fit a socket, use an adjustable wrench and tighten this down. You don't want this to be too tight that you can't turn the bars, but you want it to be tight enough that it doesn't move on you. Really all you need. A couple other points that I want to make about the Tuttio that you should check when you're working on it. Check these bolts on the bar clamps themselves. Check the bolts on your triple clamp that hold your forks. Those are known to rattle loose. Make sure that they're tight. Again, not super, super tight. You don't want to go at it with the gorilla force, but make sure that these are tight and they aren't going to fall out. The bottom of the bar clamps, the gentleman who rides this bike had one of those fall out. I put new ones in with a thread locker so it doesn't happen again. Check your bolts, make sure they stay tight. So these aren't bad things about the Tuttio. I'm not saying the Tuttio is a bad bike. These are just things that you need to deal with if you are riding one, especially that chain. That chain is going to stretch out. You need to maintain it, make sure it's staying within the tolerances that we talked about. If it doesn't do that, it could snap off, it could pop off the sprocket, and it could damage the frame, it could get stuck, you could crash. Keep an eye on your chain, make sure it's tight, and hopefully this will help you keep your bike safe.